Hi, I am Anthony, from the AFK Assistant development team. Today we'll take a look at some of the new awesome features that have been included with 2.0 update. Let's jump right in. With AFK Assistant 2.0, you can now set the desired speed or frequency of use for mouse, keyboard and scrolling activity. Here's how that works. Right-click the AFK Assistant icon, found in the Windows System tray, and select Settings from the menu. This will open Settings window, from where you can tweak each feature individually. For example, let's say that we want to increase the mouse movement activity. All we need to do is to decrease the mouse minimum and maximum idle time. But first, let's take a look at what each of those values represent. Minimum idle time is the minimum amount of time that will pass before mouse is moved again. For example, if we set minimum idle time to 400 milliseconds, then there will be a minimum of 400 milliseconds pause between each mouse movement. Maximum idle time is the top barrier. If we set this value to, let's say, 750 milliseconds, then mouse movement can't be paused longer than that amount of time. Benefit of having two values here instead of just one is that AFK Assistant will be able to randomly choose the amount of time that passes between each mouse movement, making those events more human-like. If we had just one value, then mouse movement would occur on same time interval and could be easily detected as automated. So, set minimum and maximum value for the idle time, and let AFK Assistant randomly choose time interval for each movement. In our case, we'd like to set minimum idle time to about 350 milliseconds, and maximum to about 800 milliseconds. This way, we will get more mouse activity, while keeping the randomness between the events. We'll leave keyboard settings as they are, and decrease the scrolling activity by setting higher values for scrolling idle time. Let's set scrolling minimum idle time to 1000 milliseconds, and maximum to about 1500. With this setting, scrolling will happen randomly, every time between 1 and 1.5 seconds. Restart and apply. Your speed settings preferences are now saved, and will load every time you start the AFK Assistant 2.0. Play around with these settings, until you find a perfect sweet spot for each activity event. You are now one step closer from generating perfect activity reports while being away from keyboard.